See, that's the difference between being brought up in the 70s and being brought up now. I just walk in, look at the telly, pick it up, put it back, and walk off again.
Good, true, but would you not wonder why it was
No.
tipped over?
No.
At all?
No.
Come on, you must.
No.
I am a Riva and I was taught how to pray Salah.
That means every single time I pray,
the person who told me gets the reward.
5 times a day, from Fajr to Isha.
If you want to support someone like me in learning Salah,
Then sponsor 10 people for just £100 this Ramadan.
remember the Prophet, peace be upon him, said,
Charity does not decrease wealth. Click the button and donate now.
Why did I choose Islam 11 years ago? Because I believed, even though there's not much that of a standard on men of how we look, to us it's more like, what we earn and, what kind of jobs we have, etc. for that matter. But to me, I can remember I used to go clubbing in central London every week, and there used to be a specific jumper I used to wear. I believed I looked really handsome in it. But
You're pulling jumper.
yeah, literally. So I used to wear that, and it was itchy. You know that material that makes you itch? I hated it.
But you wore it.
Because I look good in it. Yeah, so to me it was like, I was like, what's the difference between me and what girls could when they're wearing like 7-inch heels or wearing a miniskirt in freezing cold? And some of them have to, like, we're there like in Leicester Square, and we see like girls just taking off their heels and walking barefoot, and it's freezing cold. So I would relate to that, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, that's how I was. And I was thinking to myself, what made me become like that? And then I was really questioning, and I was like, it's because societal pressures. Like, a lot of us think we're free. Like, we think, yeah, no, I'm free, I choose to do. I'm like, yeah, of course we believe in free will, but we're actually influenced by so many factors, be it TV, be it our friends, be it the opposite gender, be it phone, people being on their phone, scrolling, banners.
They make you look like you're popular.
Yeah, exactly. And not only that, they give you a perception of how the world should be and your expectations. So when you're being so immersed, because I don't believe we only consume with what we eat, we consume with our eyes. That's why they say the heart doesn't desire what the eyes don't see, and we're watching all this stuff, and we have people, and I was a victim of that, and there's so many other people who, when you look at them and like, okay, why do you dress like that? Or why do you choose to do that? Is it because you want to, or because you subconsciously been told to? Exactly, peer pressure. So to me, when I was looking into different religions, I started reading the Bible first. When I told you I was in a relationship before Islam. Her mum was white, her dad was Pakistani, and I used to celebrate Christmas and Easter with them. They used to have a Bible. Started reading the Bible because I was like, there must be more to my purpose, because I looked around like the room. Actually, it all started off with my socks, and I'll tell you why. I know my socks can be quite smelly at times, but so this story is going to be smelling nice. I looked at my socks and I was like, my socks have a specific shape, and they are designed, they have a purpose. Because when you have socks, you don't put your socks on your head. There might be some people who do that.
Yeah,
So you can
feel
free to do that. Yeah, depends on how small your head is. So to me, I was like, my socks are designed for my feet. They have a purpose. And I was like, how could it be that my socks have a purpose, but me as a human being, I'm more complex in design, like my kidney, my heart, my liver. I'm like a machine. And I was like, if my mere socks have a designer, what's my purpose? Like, what's my purpose? Everything has a purpose. Your earrings, your jacket, your shoes, everything in this house has a purpose. The walls, the lights. And I thought to myself, what's my purpose? What am I doing here? It's like the existential crisis. It's like, why am I here? Where am I going? I didn't choose my mum and dad. I didn't choose my name. I didn't even choose the way I look. I didn't choose to be handsome. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? It's like, do you not ever think to yourself, like, why am I here?
It's quite a deep thought, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Have you ever had that thought?
No, I don't think further than beyond what am I going to eat later. Sorry. When's my next bit of food coming?
Yeah, I'm a bit like that as well. After the existential crisis, when I figured that out, to me it's Allah food.
Every 2 hours.
Yeah. So yeah, to me it was just like, why am I here? Like, and it's whatever you have in the worldly life, you come to a moment where you're just like, God, there must be a greater purpose. Like, I don't believe in I just popped here by accident, or I'll just randomness and atoms collided with each other. So to me, that's when I always believed in some kind of a creator. Okay. But to me, it wasn't nothing. It wasn't personal. It was just like, okay, I believe there's a higher power there. But yeah, that made me realize, okay, all this time I've been following like my desires and my wants and peer pressure and friends and family or whatever. But I said to myself, well, I'm actually a slave. If you think about it, we're all. There was a philosopher, I forgot his name. He said, man is born free, but is in shackles everywhere. So like we have things that we are forced to do indirectly. So that's where the reason I picked Islam is because Islam, number one, it has evidence. It doesn't tell you to blindly believe. It doesn't tell you, yeah, this is God exists and it's a fairy tale. It doesn't. It tells you actually to question. God Almighty tells you, like, do you not look around, like the heavens and the earth and the night and day and within yourself? You know, like, you know, my fingerprint doesn't match your fingerprint or 7-8 billion people's fingerprints. Like, we are composed of like DNA. And DNA is like a program. It's like, you know, like your computer is programmed. So to me, it was like, okay, DNA is information. If there's information, it requires intelligence. So that was the things that pointed me out to accept that there's, number one, I have a purpose. Number two, I'm designed. It's clear that there's a design purpose.
Unique.
Yeah, it's unique as well, yeah. So, yeah, that was my journey. That's the reason why I believe that there's a high power. But with yourself, you're an atheist?
I wouldn't say I'm anything.
Oh,
I just
so-
don't think about any of it. My brain doesn't work that way.
Really?
If I can't see it,
Yeah.
then it's not there.
It's like my dad, but my dad's an atheist. Sometimes he can be an agnostic.
I say that's someone that probably don't believe. I mean,
He
I
doesn't,
think the day you're born, the day you die is stamped on your head.
Yes.
I don't think you can change it.
Okay, that's
some
interesting.
people, like, they don't go full term in their pregnancy. Some
Yes.
people go over. Some people
Yes.
live to whatever. Some people live to 100 and something. I don't think you can change those, but I
Okay.
don't think too much about the bit in the middle.
Okay.
I don't tend to think too much about anything in life. So it's not just religion. Why am I here? I go for a walk down the street. I don't think to myself in half an hour's time it's going to be raining and I need to cover that.
Especially with the British weather.
I come from a generation we just do. We just exist. Don't overthink. We wasn't taught to overthink. Wasn't taught to question anything really.
Really?
Yeah, no, we didn't really question anything. We did as little as possible because we just wanted to get out and play.
Yeah. Would you? Yeah. So even like going out and play, like, would you not plan your day? Like, for
No.
example. Oh, okay, not plan. I'll be honest with you. Even myself, like when it comes to, I don't usually like the plan as well. I'm a bit spontaneous, but leaving the house, I leave it with some kind of a purpose of, like, even if I'm going to go for a walk, I want to walk just because I want to get some fresh air.
Okay.
Like we do have some like logic and rationale behind stuff that we do. Like when we cross the road, for example, you wouldn't just blindly cross the road and say, oh,
No, you'd look.
yeah,
And
exactly.
I crossed the road because the sun was shining.
Yeah, exactly. Good. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, when you cross the road, you use your rationale by saying, okay, let me look left and right in case a car hits me. When you do that, what that does is it obviously you number one accept that you exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you don't say you don't exist.
No, I
yeah,
do
you
exist.
Yeah. So yeah,
With you
exactly.
on that one.
Exactly. And you want to look left and right, not to not exist.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't.
Yeah, exactly.
God.
Exactly. So we say that we use our logic and rationale on a day-to-day basis. Like when you woke up today, you didn't wake up and say, maybe I'm on Mars, or maybe I'm in Pluto, or maybe I'm in a jungle. You know you're in your house.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do
'cause-
wake up and go, what day is it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's normal.
What day
That's
is
normal.
it?
If you're-
Hang on,
you
what did
drink?
I do yesterday?
Okay, good. Yeah. First,
What
if you
did-
drink, then that's not.
What did I do yesterday?
Yeah, exactly. So when you wake up, like if you go to your fridge and you see a bunny there, like a rabbit, you won't be like, oh, that's just normal. You'll be like, that's odd. Why is there a bunny in
Shut
my?
the fridge and
Yeah,
walk off.
exactly. Yeah.
I'll leave it for someone else to find.
Exactly. Yeah. So these are things, like they even done a study with like young kids. They had a table and they would let them observe. They wanted to see if certain realities, if they've been taught, or it's intuition, like something that they have internally. So what they would do is they would use magnetic forces, I think, and they would make it seem as if the item, a toy, doesn't fall off the table. So it goes to the edge of the table, but it just carries on going. So they look if the kid sees it as abnormal, or be like, oh,
It's magic.
magic, or whatever it is for that matter. But they noticed the kids found it odd. They were like, okay, it's the tip of the table, it should fall. But it wasn't, it was carrying on going. So they realized the kids actually noticed, which scientists say that they've seen that as the kids intuitionally, they realize that's not normal, that's odd. And they were thinking it's not something that is taught, it's something that we have intuition, we've programmed to know. That's odd. That shouldn't happen like the bunny in the fridge. It's like that should not be there. For example, if you came home today and you saw the TV tipped over, I mean, depends. I don't know how you feel. You might be just like, oh, because what's my next food? What am I going to eat for the next meal?
I wouldn't think I've got a poltergeist. I'll know that much.
Exactly. But you might look at the TV and be like, was my house robbed? Or you go through some possibilities. Number one, someone tried to rob my house. Number two, there was a mini earthquake. Number three, what's the dog's name?
Sure, Khan.
Sher Khan. Who named him Sher Khan? Sher Khan. Sher Khan tipped it over. Can you imagine someone saying, who tipped the TV over? Sher Khan. Oh, that famous guy. No, man, it's my dog.
And the dog's female as well.
Yeah, exactly. Then we're going to have the gender roles. Yes, the pronouns. Yes, it's we don't know the pronouns of the dog. So you will come to certain conclusions where you'll be like, okay, it's one of these things, but you'll never think, maybe a blue dragon flew through my house and tipped the TV over.
See, that's the difference between being brought up in the 70s and being brought up now. I just walk in, look at the telly, pick it up, put it back, and walk off again.
Good, true, but would you not wonder why it was tipped over?
No.
At all?
No.
Come on, you must.
No, I wouldn't. I'd think either it just fell off or...
Good.
Well, I suppose, yeah, I would.
Yeah, good.
I wouldn't question it.
Good. Okay, no problem. You would accept the TV fell. We all would be like, okay, the TV is falling.
Weird stuff happens.
It does.
Magic. I believe in magic.
Yeah, like we believe as well. There's the metaphysical world. We believe in. They're called the jinns. We believe that we can't.
That's a ghost, isn't it?
Kind of.
Yeah. See, the only jinn I believe in is when you put a tonic.
Yeah, gin and tonic. Yeah, I can remember that. Yeah, so it's that reality, that conclusion that we do, we use on our day-to-day basis with everything. Like when I came in today, you was expecting me. You wasn't expecting the chocolates and the flowers, of course. Was you?
Chocolates, but not flowers.
That's good. Yeah, see, that was a surprise. Yeah, it was a nice surprise. There you go. Yeah. See, so when you saw that, obviously it's certain expectations, and I hope it brought happiness to your face, or you was happy about it.
Yeah, yes. Unfortunately, flowers to an English girl mean what's he done wrong?
Oh, is it? Not me. Yeah. So well, not just yet. Yeah. So So we use our rationale and logic when it comes to this stuff. Like when you used to go work. You knew, like, okay, when I go work, you're not going to turn up to work and be like, oh, the building doesn't exist. We knew these realities. So we say that these are things that we need to have day-to-day living. Otherwise, everything becomes uncertain. So you accept it anyways, that there's those realities. Like today, what are you cooking? Or are you cooking? You don't cook?
No.
It's okay, all right. Who's cooking?
No one.
Aisha?
No.
Oh, okay. Do you...
Toast.
You toast?
Cereals.
Yeah?
I'm not a student.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, I mean, have you tried peanut butter?
I don't like peanut butter.
You don't really?
No.
Have you ever tried peanut?
Yeah.
Have you ever tried peanut butter jam?
Yeah.
I can remember having.
Peanut butter's wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
I can remember.
Like Marmite, that's
really?
wrong as well.
Oh, Marmite! I tried it once actually. It wasn't bad at all. I'm not gonna lie. I tried Marmite. They say it's you either love it or you hate it.
I didn't have peanut butter when I was a kid. You had jam.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my peanut butter jam. Have you tried peanut butter jam? Bro, peanut butter jam. When I was introduced to it, I was like, oh my gosh, I've been missing that all my life. Yeah, but it's not for everybody. Some people have allergies. Yeah. So again, toast. When you make toast.
Yeah. Yes,
you agree that you need a toast machine.
Yes.
Yes, you agree you need a toast.
Yeah.
And you need jam.
Or some bonfire. Or...
Come on. Not a big toast, a small toast. Yeah. So today for example, that you are going to probably get hungry, and you're going to go and make a toast with jam.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So.
Or probably just eat the box of chocolates you bought me.
Exactly. You're not going to share?
No.
Okay, it's not sharing.
No.
Okay, we're gonna have to buy our own one. So what I'm saying is that when it comes to these stuff, like I know what you mean. Like my dad says that as well. He's like, look, I don't worry myself with this stuff. Who's there? What's there, etc.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's that
stress you out.
It can, but like I think it doesn't require too much thinking, because it's something that is a reality. For example, existing. So when you're existing, you would have to say that it's like you came from somewhere, your mum.
Yeah.
But if we go to the beginning, we would have to accept that the creation started. Like, for example, a lot of philosophers ask the question, why is there something rather than nothing? Like, why is there something? Why is there something?
Because if there was nothing, we wouldn't be asking the question.
Good. So because we're here, the question is, why are we here? And like, what's caused us? Like, you would accept that if your mother didn't give birth to you, you would not be here. So what we say is that going all the way back, who created the first human beings that gave rise to us. You know, like even for example, I was doing some studies about our like bacteria in our body, and I want to show you something. It's actually quite profound. You know the bacteria in our body. They have tails. So these little bacteria, they have tails. They swim around your gut. So you have it around the world, by the way. You have it in the sea, different places. So it's like good and bad bacteria. But they looked at it on a microscopic level. Yeah, I want to show you their tail. The tail is called the flagellum. Yeah, yeah, I know. It sounds funny. When I read it, it sounds funny. I want to show you what the tail looks like. Yeah, and I was like, I found it so profound. So this is a picture. So this is the tail, right? So that's the bacteria.
Right.
That's the tail that propels it.
Okay.
So in our stomach that flies around, like sometimes upset in our tummy. That there is a basically on a microscopic level, 4 billion of these fit in a half a teaspoon.
Cool.
So we just know what we're dealing with. It's like that's how small they are. That is like an engine. It's like a like a Ferrari. No, it's like an engine composed of 40 pieces. So when I saw that, I got a little mini anxiety. I was like, that is actually so profound. Like this, it's made out of 40 parts. And I was thinking to myself, what do you think? Because it's intentionally built. It's not spontaneous. It's intentionally built for that purpose, that bacteria uses the tail to propel itself to go to places around our body and around the world. So when looking at that, would you not say that's designed? Like, doesn't it look like some kind of a design? Like when we look at a car engine.
Yeah, I'd say it was designed, but unfortunately my brain don't work like that. So you'd show me that and I wouldn't think to myself, oh, that's been designed.
Okay.
I'd just look at that and go,
okay.
Oh, so I've got that in my stomach, have I? And
okay, good. All right, interesting. All right, that's good. Okay. No, that's good because to me, it's when I first saw that as well, it was like, okay, that's quite profound. I didn't know they actually exist or even look like that on such a microscopic level. But with a little bit of deep analysis, a bit of analysis, would you not say, hold on a second, like that's intentional? That cannot be by chance because it's composed of 40 pieces. So they all have to work together in order for those bacteria. And bear in mind, 4 billion of them fit in a teaspoon. That's how small they are. Would you not say, if that is just the bacteria in my tummy and one of their tails look like this, imagine your whole body. Like for you to be talking to me now, there's muscles involved, your heart's beating, your kidneys are filtering blood, your liver's functioning. There's so many other. No, it's all right. That's fine. That's right. We spoke to him already. Yeah, see, he believes in God. He just became a Muslim. Yeah. So looking at that, would you not say that's intentional? And there must be a higher power which has given rise to us, and for us to, obviously, the first stage I would say is to accept that there is some kind of a higher power who's intentionally made you, me, these bacteria, the dog, and every order that we have on our planet.
I think I must be stupid.
Okay.
Because honestly, I wouldn't think that.
Okay.
I think you're obviously much more intelligent than me.
No.
And you
No.
like.
No, I'm not.
Dissect
Believe me, I'm not. I think that's a compliment. I don't think I am.
I tell you, it's not hard to be more clever than me.
Yeah.